Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marks for Life podcast, making its return with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ. We rebranded to become all elite in all pop culture, from AEW to Marvel to video games to Netflix and so much more. You name it, we talk about it. Come join us, and welcome to the show.
I guess the first thing that we gotta start with is that we are back.
We are
back. We are back. We are back.
I think I understand the reference, but
That's the elite.
got it.
Being the elite.
Got it. We can ignore that then. Yes, we are back, and we have expanded our podcast, and we are expanding what we're talking about. Over the course of the pandemic, Jimmy and I have discussed how we want to take the podcast moving forward, especially given everything that's been going on with the world of wrestling, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. And we've come to terms that we aren't huge wrestling fans of WWE. We like AEW, we enjoy their product, and we watch it more consistently. Meanwhile, Raw, SmackDown, NXT kind of left us on a lot of burnout because of, 7 hours of wrestling a week, and it wasn't even. It was okay content at best.
Yeah,
but you'd have to dig for that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gotten to a point where like I got completely out of wrestling. Like I remember the last several episodes of the last time that we discussed about it, and that was back in
2020,
February 2020, almost 2 years ago, where I was just checked. I just couldn't, and as you will also know, Joe and Jared aren't with us as well. Not because they don't want to. It's
scheduling, to be
just
quite
scheduling.
honest.
Yeah, and we love them, and if they ever want to talk about wrestling, we'll gladly bring them back. But this is just for me and CJ. We started this. We want to do it a specific way, and this is just better. I think that the direction that we're going to go by also including other pop culture and fan stuff that we also enjoy, we will make this content better.
Yes, and there's so much stuff that's popping up, that we could always talk about too. And then this is because of our freedom of being able to do it and expand. We get to talk about more stuff. Like we could talk about Comic-Con experiences. We could talk about new shows that are coming out, such as What If, which will be a future episode of what we are going to be doing. Shang-Chi, Lucifer, and Manifest on Netflix, and so much other stuff. Video games that are coming out, such as Pokemon, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and The Legend of Arceus, and other video games. And I believe there's a couple of Assassin's Creed games coming out too, right? Like
I believe the most recent one came out this past year.
It was the Black Flag, right? It was the pirate one.
No, it was the Viking one.
Oh,
But speaking of Viking ones, they're gonna be dropping. They already dropped the new trailer for God
of War, right? That's
God
the fourth one, right?
That's the fifth. That's the fifth one in the franchise, God of War Ragnarok.
And he's fighting Thor. He's fighting Thor. Yes. So like, this is what we mean, where we're going to be able to expand and talk about more stuff, and of course we'll still stay to our roots. We'll talk about wrestling. We'll talk about we will get into, of course, you see the name of this episode is that our return, and not only that, it's our turn to wrestling. We went to AEW Grand Slam, and we were there live. We witnessed history in the books. So we will be talking about AEW, the AEW pay-per-views, as well as special TV events. And we'll also be keeping an eye on wrestling news too, because I always felt like that was something we always enjoy talking about, whether it be releases or signings or just what's going on, television deals, like all of that juicy gossip.
Yeah, always. So this isn't us betraying the roots of this podcast. It's just
expanding.
We're expanding and we're changing, and I think it'll be better just because this is different than any other wrestling podcast, because we're going to be talking about other stuff too.
Not even necessarily a wrestling podcast at that point.
Not even that. And then it's not even like every other new nerd podcast, because it's always specific to that. And now we get to really just talk about all the stuff that we enjoy and share that with everyone that's listening.
Exactly.
And I think it'll make the show better. It'll make our lives a lot easier.
Yes.
And hopefully you guys will enjoy the experience with us. So stay tuned, and we will have more content coming your way shortly. All right. So thank you, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you then. Thank you for joining us at Marks for Life Podcast. Please follow us on our social media on Facebook at Marks for Life Podcast, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, and Twitter at Marks for Life Pod. Check us out on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Thank you for choosing to be all elite, and we will see you next time.